I'm Suzanne Senna, and you're watching Braveheart Women TV.
I'm Ellie Drake, and you're watching Braveheart Women TV. Hello, everyone, and welcome. You're watching Braveheart Women TV. I'm Ellie Drake, and this is your professional success show. On our last episode, Suzanne Senna, an on-camera expert and professional media coach, and I talked about being yourself on camera. On this episode, budding entrepreneur Kritzia Duverde, that's a tough name, but I did it, is joining us to receive some business mentoring, specifically in the area of connecting more with her audience through her business blog, Income for Women. Welcome, and Kritzia, tell me, how do you feel about being on camera?
Well, in general, I feel comfortable, but I'm always welcome or always open to learning more and to be a little more comfortable.
Okay, good. So she's comfortable. Yeah. You're here to make her be a master in the next 10 minutes.
I can teach you everything in 10 minutes. No problem. Well, one of the interesting things about what Kritzia said is that she does already do on-camera work. She does things for her blog, and so she's comfortable to that degree. First, that's the first step, is she psychologically become comfortable. So now what we would do, and as a coach in this, I'm looking at things, how can I quickly boost your performance? I would say even the first thing I would say to you is when you answered Ellie and you gave her an answer that you seemed a little reserved to me. You're a little quiet, and I can already tell because we spoke beforehand that you have more personality than that. And the very first thing I would say is don't be afraid to be yourself and answer with a little more volume. I think we're very afraid sometimes to speak loudly or with energy, and it really does translate very well when you do. So that would be the first thing. Secondly, when you came out,
let me ask you the question again. So how do you feel on camera, Kritzia?
Well, I'm very comfortable because I've done it before, but I'm always open to learning more.
That's great. And did we not already see an improvement? Did you feel better?
I did.
You did?
I wasn't as nervous as the first time.
Because you kind of went into it, and that almost made you feel silly or fun, and then you kept going with it. You were using your hands. Instantly, literally, in about 30 seconds there, we made a big difference in your performance.
Absolutely.
So this shows you it's not brain surgery. This is an easy thing that anybody can do, is take a couple of tips and boost their on-camera abilities. Secondly, let's talk about appearances. We all worry about what we look like on camera. I think we all are so afraid of that. We hear the camera adds 10 pounds. We think of that scary thing. What are we going to look like at home?
And that's true even if you're doing it for your website.
No matter what you do, I think that gives us some intimidation. So we want to make ourselves look as appropriate as possible. Again, everything we're doing on camera is to usually sell if we're in a business capacity. So we want people to like us. We want them to feel good when they look at us and to feel interested in what we have to say. So visually, let's talk about Kritzia again. When you walked out, you had a beautiful necklace on, and we both went, oh, what a beautiful necklace, and we weren't looking up here. We had you take the necklace off for sound so it didn't hit your microphone, but truly, what I said to you afterwards, from an on-camera coaching tip, I would say that necklace detracted from you because it was so beautiful, it was distracting. You kept wanting to look at that and not look at her eyes.
Beautiful necklace instead of what a beautiful woman, looking into your eyes.
She said to me today, she said, well, I've learned some things already. I'm not wearing black because she has worn black in the past, and someone has said don't do that. We don't wear black on camera generally, solid black, for a couple of reasons. One is that it's a very flat, dark color, and then from a lighting perspective, it can be hard to color balance. If your skin is lighter, in my case, if my skin's light and I'm wearing a very black color against me, that's hard.
And I didn't know. I've been wearing black all the time. Not today, thankfully. But
well, in my case, it was a turtleneck and my hair was down, so I looked like floating head.
That's a very good point. A turtleneck, if it's dark, can absolutely take your neck away. But also, she's improved by wearing gray. I'm going to tell her, let's see what we can do if we take it a step further. Again, just like when you are a little reserved with your speech, you're still a little cautious and reserved with what you're wearing. It's beautiful. But let's hold this up against you. Hold that up. And look at what she looks like when you put this color. They call it book it blue because people who are auditioning tend to book more when they wear blue. She just looks more approachable, friendly, dynamic, powerful. Here's another version of a blue. It's a sweater, so it doesn't have the stiff corporate look, but hold that up against you color-wise. It just does so much. You know, you could see it's more of a powerful thing. Look at Ellie in her red today. Whoa, she's got power.
Orange.
Yeah, orange. Excuse me. It's all up for debate there, folks. But, you know, you ask yourself, well, how will I know what that looks like? And here's another thing Ellie and I have already spoken about, which is you must watch what you do on camera played back. When you watch today's segment, you yourself will have the opportunity to see the gray, to see the blue and to see the royal blue.
And I have to say, for me, I've had a challenge with that. In the past, I would do video, I would do the shows, I wouldn't watch myself because on a subconscious level, I didn't really want to see the parts where I was imperfect.
Right.
But then I would use an excuse and I'd say, well, I've already grown anyway. That's, you know, I've already grown in the past 2 weeks. I'm not going to watch it, until I realized I was losing out on important training.
We are all guilty of that. I've been in the business for years and years and years, and when I went into Fox News, I had already a good solid 10 years behind me. I wouldn't watch myself for the first 6 weeks. I didn't want the added extra pressure. That's terrible. The minute I watched it, I said, oh my gosh, all I have to do are these couple of little differences, simple things. Within the next day, my performance was so much better.
Yeah.
You help yourself by doing that.
And you had said before that, you know, when we're on camera, we're usually selling. It's not necessarily that we're selling some product or service, but we're selling, we're influencing, we're selling. And well, let's talk about that. Are you comfortable selling yourself on camera?
I've gotten to be comfortable selling myself on camera.
And what does that mean?
Well, it can mean a lot of different things, but I'd like to ask you to ask me the question you would ask. I'd like you to ask and ask and ask the question that you had prior to the show about, since you've already been on camera before, because this ties into it. You wanted to know something more specific about the amount of time, and tell me about that. What's your question?
If you are in a position where you can promote yourself or promote your business and you have a very short period of time, how are you able to convey that message in a way that's inviting, not too pushy?
Right. In a sense, how do you sell your idea quickly?
Yes.
I think it's to think it through before.
Okay.
It's to write down bullet points. One mistake people make is they write themselves a little speech, and they think they have to memorize that, and then they get so caught up in their heads. And the real trick about this is just have a conversation. If you're doing an interview, and you said you do quite a few interviews,
yes.
correct? If you have 4 questions prepared, if you are uncomfortable, you might think, I've got to get to that question. I've got to get to, and so now I'm not listening to Ellie answer me. I'm thinking of the next question, right? But if you truly just listen, and you just listen to the response that you're getting from the person you are interviewing, you will suddenly find your conversation might go a completely different way.
Absolutely.
I used to give an example of a talk show host who's no longer a talk show host on the air, but when he was my least favorite interviewer. An example would be, you might sit here and I might have all these questions about your business, and say you sit down and I say, so I'm curious how you chose to dress today, and you say, well, I'm sporting this new ring, and you show us a big diamond ring on your engagement hand. If I say, great, and so when you sell things for your business, do you...
You're not listening.
I'm not listening.
Right.
And I've missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
I saw that host do that. Miss
Wow.
an opportunity. So
That
you just
is
listen.
nuts.
Yeah, throw away the notes and just have a conversation.
Is that why the show was canceled? Okay, I'd love to have you actually coach Kritsia live. Like, is it possible for her to say something on camera, one sentence?
Sure.
And then for us to see you coach her a little bit and her repeat it, so we can all feel that.
Yes, yes. Let's start by, this will be your camera,
This will
straight
be your
out
camera,
to audience there. And you'll be looking there. I want you to introduce yourself, and then tell them you're very excited about them joining us today.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name is Kritsia de Verzier, and I'm very excited that you're joining us today.
Things that she did that were very nice. She's got a beautiful smile, she seems genuine, and she's got immediate warmth. Let's make that better. Okay. This time, rather than announce your name like, I'm so-and-so, I want you to say, hi, and then introduce yourself, okay? So welcome our guests that way. Just say, hi, I'm Kritsia, okay? Continue with that. When you say, I'm very excited, remember you have a body. Right now you're speaking from here up. We hear the term talking head, and in a way, we're seeing you in a safety zone here, but let's bring your arms up, first of all, right to this table, and give yourself a little more power, and don't be afraid to use your hands a little bit. So this time, look right into that camera, introduce yourself by saying hi first, and then tell them how excited you are.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kritsia de Verzier, and I'm very excited that you're here and joining us today.
Well, that's better right away, right? We're seeing an improvement.
Absolutely.
If we had another 10 minutes just to work with you, yes.
I believed her more.
Yeah, I would end up
having... She embodied it.
Yes.
Yes.
I would see her, I would add to that just a little more animation, maybe be a little less afraid to move your body. Again, I would show it to her because she thinks she's being big now. She feels, don't you feel like you're kind of almost over the top?
Well, I feel yes.
Yes. Yeah. And the minute I would play it back for you, you'd say, oh, that's not so big. I could go bigger. And that's where the learning process would come in.
That is very good. Yeah. So you feel like you got a few gems?
I absolutely did. I really appreciate the part about going back and looking at yourself.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Me too. That's our show for today. Be sure to go to braveheartwomencore.com and find out what the Core Inner Circle is all about. you know, moving my hands. We love hearing from you, so remember to share your questions and comments in the Braveheart Women discussion boards. On behalf of everyone here at the show today, thank you for watching Braveheart Women TV, and remember, be inspiration in action.